Well, interesting developments coming in from the GBN group that happens to have voted Dan Wooton. And of course, the controversy that did spark between himself and Philip Schofield. Well, guess who and what really has been happening? Looks like a possible suit is coming in from the camp of Dan Wooton. Find out in the more, in the latest report we have for you. This is the Insurance Young Pinax News. This is the hub for quality team. For more news, please do well to like our platform. Let us know what you think about our episode so far. Your thought and comments will be appreciated in the comment section. Let's get interactive. Now, officially, as we do speak, Dan Wooton has been booted out from Mail, who happens to be one of his former workplace that he used to work with. Now GBN News also have suspended Dan, and Mail Online also has sacked him. Now in the midst of all this controversy that has come up, remember that we did bring you a report about Philip Schofield apparently who Dan Wooton, who apparently did signal the ITV personalities, ITV franchise about the about what Philip Schofield has been doing, and so he apparently did tip, the ITV franchise, and of course they got the hint about the possible cheating that was really happening between Philip Schofield and the should say the 22-year-old Martin, who apparently also got himself sacked from the ITV franchise. Now currently, as we do speak, Mail has sacked Dan Wooton, and GB also is at the verge of preparing a sack letter. I don't even know if it's been done already or so, but reports we gathering indicates that GBN also is preparing way to sack Dan Wooton, but he apparently wants to pay back the group or the franchise for using him, and of course now dumping him. For those of you who may not know Dan Wooton, let's get you just some interesting part of his one of his many videos or content that he apparently has been talking about, especially when he's very passionate. Then you can apparently know exactly who this gentleman is about. So do listen or pay attention to who Dan Wooton is. We come back for more.
I want to look at 3 egregious examples from the past 48. Is anyone going to call out the despicable and very obvious growth of anti-white racism now being accepted as normal in the British mainstream media? If you think I'm exaggerating, I want to look at 3 egregious examples from the past 48 hours alone. First, Wilfred Emmanuel Jones went on Sly News Saturday evening, where while previewing the amazing feat of our Lionesses making the World Cup final, he decided to turn the discussion of this Sunday Mirror front page into a debate about the ethnic makeup of the team. Watch.
The only thing I would say about this picture here, what jumps out of you is that this doesn't sort of represent diverse Britain. It's all these blonde, blue-eyed girls, and I wish them well. But I do think we need to ask ourselves questions about why is it that we've got it has a lack of diversity.
They're playing sport at an elite level.
Yeah.
And they are from Britain. And they're women.
It doesn't make any difference. I think if the whole idea behind this is going to encourage more women to go into the sport, you need some sort of representation there to say whatever you could get to this sort of level.
Because
Britain doesn't look like that.
Yeah, and it's so important when you speak to these little girls that they see someone that they can relate to.
Exactly. It makes such a difference. That little girl might then end up playing football because she's seen someone who looks like her.
Just imagine if that scenario were reversed with any other sporting team that might feature a different ethnic makeup. Some of them are there. It just wouldn't happen, nor should it. We have lost all sense of rationality if national selectors are thinking about race before ability. By the way, as GB News contributor Rafe Haydel-Manku pointed out over the weekend, according to the 2021 census, England is 4.2% black. 13% of the Lionesses are black, 3 players out of the 23-member squad. So actually, that's 3 times more than the population, which I would say is more than representative. As social commentator Konstantin Kisin wrote about this,
is what happens when you tolerate, encourage and incentivise race baiting in the media. This is why the diversity agenda needs to be dismantled brick by brick. It stopped being about fairness a long time ago. It's just a new form of racism now.
Is it any wonder these conversations are taking place in the media on a regular basis when London's failed mayor, Sadiq Khan, is caught out having equally discriminatory conversations? So this weekend, his team was exposed for warning against the use of a picture of a white family. They annotated that image with the note, "Doesn't represent real Londoners." So if you're a white family, Mr. Khan's team doesn't think you are real. Khan's team doesn't think you are real. I'm sorry, I'm going to call that out for what it is. Racism. Perhaps the biggest sickener, though, was race baiter-in-chief Dr. Schofield, deciding to make the conviction of Britain's most prolific child killer in modern history, Lucy Letby, who today we learned will rightly die in prison, an issue of race. The regular on Woke ITV and Channel 5 tweeted this.
Lucy Letby exemplifies how ideology of whiteness keeps Britain in a chokehold. They believed her tears, denials, even though evidence said otherwise, for no other reason than she's white. A black or brown nurse would have been reported to the police immediately and sacked for suspicion. As
usual, Dr. Schofield has absolutely zero evidence for that. But she lives in a world of hatred and division, using identity politics to tear Britain apart. So too does Khan. I don't know about you, and I know I'll be called racist for doing so, but I'm going to start calling out this anti-white racism the same way as I call out all other forms of discrimination.
Well, so that's Dan Wooton you did hear over there. You could see how very passionate he is. And of course, the whole Philip Schofield affair that did happen at RTV, we brought a report about this, about, Dan Wooton, who apparently was the one that sounded the whistle, blew the whistle to the RTV franchise, especially, the franchise terminating its contract with the RTV personality, Philip Schofield. Now, interesting revelations regarding indicate that he apparently feels that the TV franchise is using him, so he wants to countersue the franchise right now. I mean, how? We'll find out more as and when we do hear interesting reports coming up. This has been the edition of Pinax News. Thanks for watching.